I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper, too?
What's up, Steampunk Starraisin?
Here in Hollywood, amberstreet.com.
What's up, Alex?
Good morning from the UK.
All right. So earlier today,
I'm in Southern California. I'm on Vine Street.
Nice. How you been, Steam?
Sorry, go ahead.
How you been?
I hang in there. I'm surviving.
We haven't seen you in a while, actually, right? Like a couple months.
Yeah, usually you've been like, like you would call and invite me, and I would be doing something else, or I don't know.
Missed each other.
But we kept missing each other. It wasn't anything intentional.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to screen share this. J.J. Abrams and his son, Henry Abrams, are writing a comic book together, the Spider-Man limited series comic book. And this was the big Spider-Man announcement. It's coming out in September. And they're creating a new villain called Cadaverous. Peter Parker, of course, with Mary Jane, I believe.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be on board with it. I'm going to get it. It's 5 issues. Now, Gary Conway, unfortunately, had not so nice things to say about the situation because, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but usually when people write for Marvel, they have to prove themselves and they have to work their way up and they have to take jobs maybe they don't. All right, we got disconnected. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello? We're back? Okay.
Hello.
It's not me. I think it's something.
Yeah, okay,
Hello.
we're back.
I think it's something to do with the Zoom. It's actually
No,
it's not me.
So
No, Scott. Because it's not possible. It's something with the Zoom tonight. Honestly.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be me
It's
because
actually,
I'm using cellular
no,
data.
it's not. Has
No,
nothing to do.
it should
No,
be slowing us down.
no, it's not. No. It's not. It's the Zoom. I think. No, I would say if it's me. This one's not me. But anyway, all right. I want to try to say this again. So, Gary Conway is not happy. And here's the thing: when someone goes to work for Marvel, if they want to work for Spider-Man, it's not their dream. They have to work and they have to take books that they're not. They have to build themselves up because they're newbies. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta earn the respect. And after a while, when they're worthy, I guess, almost like lifting Thor's hammer, they get the projects that they want. Now, Gary Conway thinks that this is such bull crap in so many words because he says that it's not even J.J. Abrams. He's saying that, the main goal is probably for Henry to get a job at Marvel Comics, and he feels that J.J. Abrams is using his name and pull because he's with, Lucas and all these different things. So he's using his pull to get pushed forward and have his son work there. You know what I'm saying? So, look, here's the thing. People would do anything for the kids. I get it. I don't have a problem with this. If the kid turns out to be fantastic, so what? But other people may. What do you guys think? I mean, do you guys, do you think that's an interesting thing that J.J. Abrams and his son are going to be doing a Spider-Man comic? Or, because he doesn't have to. I think his son mostly wants to do it. But what do you think, Steampunk? I'm going to start with you.
I think Jar Jar Binks would make a great Avenger.
Right. There you go. What about J.J. Abrams? You're not a fan of J.J. Abrams?
I'm not a fan of Jar Jar Abrams.
No.
And he's actually gained a lot of people are starting to hate J.J. Abrams because he screwed up Star Trek, and now I'm glad
he's done with Star Trek now. He's done.
He's done with Star Trek. And Star Trek is self-destructed. So, and then he screwed up Star Wars with Last Jedi. He
But no, he
screwed up
didn't.
Lost.
Wait. He didn't even do Last Jedi though. Ryan Johnson.
He was the
did Last
executive. He was the executive. He was the executive producer. He's the one that brought on Ryan. What's his name? Ryan Johnson.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he put him on, but
He was the executive producer. If he had been, if J.J. Abrams or Jar Jar Abrams, if he had been a real man, he would have just directed the second film himself instead of taking it over to somebody crappy.
wow.
You know, because he, as the executive producer of The Last Jedi, he was still responsible for that crap.
Okay.
The executive producer has a lot of influence. So yeah,
And you're not happy what he did.
I'm bitter about that because I'm not optimistic for Disney Star Wars. Disney has screwed it up. Anyway, enough said.
Okay. Alex?
Yes. My take on it, I have to read the first issue until I make a judgment.
Okay. September.
I can't really say anything about it. I know the cover looks nice, but I have to wait until the first issue comes out.
Okay. What about you, Scott?
Yeah.
I just hope I don't see a smoke monster or what was that organization?
Boonhead or
Yeah.
Or
As long as I don't see one of those two things, I'm all in. But yeah,
right.
Alex, let me see the first issue, and then I can.
Okay. Now we all know Picard wrapped. We heard
Wait a minute, for the season,
the whole season's
like
finished.
Swamp Thing, or
Supposedly finished wrapping the first season of Picard. Done. How do you guys feel?
I am optimistic about the. I am optimistic about Picard.
Okay.
yeah,
Because of I like the teaser trailer. I thought the teaser trailer,
yeah.
even though it didn't show too much, it connected with Next Generation. You know, with that final episode where he was in the vineyard.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they'll even bring back Q. That could be interesting.
Well, we heard that Brett Spiner is back.
That's what I heard. I heard he was going to make a cameo as Data. I think it'd be interesting because people want to see what Next Generation crew's been up to. We're tired of Star Trek reboots. We want to see a sequel.
Yeah.
We want to go back to the Next Generation, which was the most popular Star Trek of all time. And it's just they can do the 25% rule because they don't own the full rights with Paramount. Because it's a split between Paramount and CBS. And that's a copyright.
Well, there's three of them, right?
But they could still do it because it takes place 20 years in the future. So uniforms could look different from Nemesis. That would be understandable 20 years in the future. Yeah. And he's a retired admiral. So now he's a civilian. So he's wearing civilian clothing. So they could still do the 25% different rule and still do a direct sequel to Next Generation. And I don't think it would violate the intellectual property right.
Right.
And that's half the reason why they're going to the future in Discovery, because the little lawsuit, dude, what they did to that, I forget the guy's name.
Tardigrades.
Yeah.
The whole tardigrade.
They pretty much, you look at it side by side, the Discovery.
They copied. They stole it.
I mean, granted, if they happen to get 2 out of those 4, I'd say, okay, it's happenstance. But
they stole it, and he didn't even sue them. He didn't even sue them for money, and then they tried to get money out of him.
He in truth, he didn't even know about it until somebody told him about it.
And they tried to get money out of him.
Yeah. They try to reverse it like, well, it's just a happenstance. It'd be like, and come on, we can look at the damn Discovery and tell that you stole it from the dude.
They stole it.
This is what they need to do to resurrect Star Trek. It's done for the original series because they took that ship into the ground. But what they could do is there's rumors that CBS is in talks of renegotiating the deal with Paramount and rejoining up with Paramount. If that happens, now that Les Moonves, his sexual predator ass is gone, and he's no longer screwing up CBS and he's no longer screwing up Star Trek, they could bring Star Trek back together. If they did a crossover movie with characters from Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, and Voyager, I think that would be a hit if you had the right script. You could do another Borg movie. You need to do a Q movie. Q was an important character in Next Generation.
He never got a movie.
He never got a movie. He never even made a cameo in any of the movies. So they need to do a Q movie, continue the trial of humanity. It could be very interesting. There's a lot of story left to tell if they would just tell it, stop. I'm not going to use profanity because I know it will hurt your channel. But yeah, stop screwing it up. You know, like they did with Discovery. That was total dog crap. Discovery seasons 1 and 2, total dog crap. Oh, science is my religion. And I'm like, shut up, Michael. Shut up.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
He's pretty much kicked off the one dude's pretty much kicked off of Discovery as it is.
I mean, it's like whatever brain dead screenwriter wrote that episode. It was like season 2, episode 2. Science is not a religion.
No.
By definition, is not a religion. Somebody who wrote that was just pure ignorance.
Right.
Science is just a study. It's a study of the cosmos.
They just want a secular type of look of the things.
Yeah, it was stupid. It doesn't feel like Star Trek. It was. The uniforms are all wrong.
I watched the series, and I admit, I said it's a decent show. It's good, but still, if I had a choice between it and Series 11 of Doctor Who, I'm going to pick Discovery over Series 11 of Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, I haven't really. I only saw the first episode.
Yeah,
season 11. I heard it was bad.
You are not missing anything.
Yeah. What about Alex? Alex, what is your take on what we're talking about?
Well, with Star Trek Picard, I just want to know about the aftermath with the fall of the Romulan Empire. Is it still going? Are they still, is there still problems with the Federation?
Well, that depends on your perception of reality and perception of timelines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same timeline from what I understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would like to. This is what I would do if they put it. I doubt they ever will. I mean, I've directed movies, but it's low budget, and I'm not famous, and I'm dirt poor, and I'm not well connected. But if I were to do it, I would just pretend like the Kelvin timeline never happened, and I wouldn't have a destruction of Vulcan. I would not have a destruction of Romulus. It's like J.J. Abrams just wants to destroy what makes Star Trek Star Trek. That's why the movies were so terrible. All three of them, in my opinion, were terrible. Because it disrespected, you have Kirk, even in the first movie, people seem to forget. A lot of people say, oh, well, at least the first movie was good, but the third movie was boring and the second movie sucked. But no, the first movie sucked too because it was not true to the character of Kirk. He destroys a defenseless Romulan ship in like cold blood just to be spiteful. And that's not Kirk to me. I mean, yeah, Kirk's gung-ho, but he's not going to destroy a ship that has no shields and no weapons. He's going to take them prisoner. That goes against the principles of the Federation. That goes against principles of basic human decency and the character of Captain Kirk. So I hate all of the Kelvin timeline. The Kelvin timeline go screw itself up a bunhole.
So I mean, Alex, again, like. Are you going to watch Picard? Are you on board? Or
yes, I am a massive fan of the Next Generation, and I want to see how this is going to turn out with Picard himself.
Yeah. Were you a fan of Discovery or
no? Discovery, I'm still sitting on the fence with.
Yeah.
I'm going to still sit on the fence with it.
I mean, season 2 is marginally better than season 1 because they brought in Captain Pike. But it contradicts canon because Pike was never known to be captain of the Discovery. He was only captain of the Enterprise. It makes no sense. It's like they just brought in Captain Pike.
Fleet, though, didn't they? Wasn't he in charge
of
the entire
fleet? What they did is because the Enterprise was supposed to be down for the count for a while, they had him be captain of Discovery during that second season.
I mean, yeah, the actor does a good job of he feels like Pike, but the story sucks. It doesn't matter if you have a well-acted character if the story sucks and you don't give them a decent enough story. I've only seen like 2 episodes of season 2. I did it through like bootleg streaming because I wasn't going to pay CBS for crap. And
I watched it on one of my
I
other sites.
I saw like the first two episodes of season 2, and I was like, I'm not gonna even bother to stream this anymore. It sucks.
Right.
Like I saw the church one where they find that was a dumb episode. It really was.
It was. Trust me, Steve. I watched it and I was thinking, I know exactly what's going to happen. Michael's going to be the Red Angel. I mean, you pretty much figure that out by either episode 2 or episode 3. And they exactly as I thought they were going to do. They made Michael being the primary person. They made They made every guy in there make it seem as though, oh, geez, the women are the most intelligent and level-headed people.
Well,
and then all the guys were there were just for muscle or be the enemy.
Well, I mean, Michael Burnham, she's like a convict. She's a prison convict. Yeah. And, why? How would she have even made the rank of commander if she didn't even trust her captain and assaulted her captain? And then she starts a war of the Klingons. I mean, it just makes you not like the character. And then because the whole series is focused around her character. And, then in season 2, they're bringing in emo Spock. They're like, oh, let's do some more tie-ins with the Kelvin timeline that nobody likes. But yeah, it's all total crap because the story sucks. I don't care about, you can have strong female characters. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, me too.
It's just that she's a very unlikable character. And why does she have a guy's name? I never got that.
I don't like that.
It was basically an SJW Star Trek. They had the women being the intellectual, because every time she talked, she was the one that seemed to come up with the ideas that Pike would normally came up with. And Pike is standing there going, oh, okay, yeah.
Nah.
That's the problem I have.
I mean, and they depict in like some of the flashback scenes, they depict emo Spock as being like this nasty little boy who just doesn't give a shit about anybody. Sorry, I just used my language.
That's all right.
That doesn't give a crap about anybody. They depict the emo Spock. He's like this little spoiled kid who doesn't give a crap about anybody. And I never got that out of Spock in the original series.
I never got that either.
To me, that betrays the character and the essence of Spock. So
it's all dyslexia on top of that.
Yeah. It's just it's dumb. It's dumb writing. It's just they're trying to do Game of Thrones in outer space and it doesn't work.
They were trying to cover their ass because they knew they stole first season the lion's share of the characters.
I don't know why that guy isn't fired that did that. Isn't it Orchie?
Well, Les Munez is fired. He is fired because he was like a sexual predator. He was hitting on his assistants and sexually harassing women. And the guy who engineered Discovery and started it, Les Munez, who used to be the CEO, he's fired. He had to resign.
Isn't Orchie though do that stuff or no?
I'm sorry?
Isn't it Orchie?
There was a little bit of distortion. Repeat.
Isn't it Orchie? The guy Orchie that didn't he do the writing or something like that? Because didn't he do
I can't remember. There was a team of writers for Discovery, but it was under the executive producer was Les Munez, and he was also the CEO. And Les Munez actually was quoted as saying, "He's like, why can't we have a darker, grittier Star Trek? Let's have it like Game of Thrones in outer space. Game of Thrones is popular."
Right.
Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know.
I mean,
he did on that.
If it's the same person I think it is,
but
he screwed up Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. So.
Alex Kurtzman.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like. I agree with Beyond the trailer. Like they in Hollywood they keep, because they're well connected, even if they do crap and they do crappy work, they keep getting rehired. That's why J.J. Abrams keeps getting rehired, and that's why all these people that have screwed up Star Trek keep getting rehired, because they're well connected. It's not based on the merit of the work. It's based on who you know. But that's my opinion anyway.
So you're gonna watch Picard, but you're not gonna watch a new season of Discovery, right? Pretty much.
I'm gonna watch Picard, but not the new season of Discovery. Picard has got me tempted to buy the streaming service from CBS just to watch Picard. And then maybe as a side result, I'll watch Discovery because I've already paid for it. But yeah, Picard, I will give it a chance because I like the teaser trailer, and
Right.
Patrick Stewart is executive producer on it, and because he's executive producer on it, he has creative control over the content, and I trust Patrick Stewart. He's a good actor, and I don't think he would betray the character of Picard, or at least not in my opinion.
Yeah, I hope Patrick Stewart doesn't film it if it's like crap, you know. I mean, or at least he'll step in there, you know.
Well, I mean, it could be very interesting, intellectual, and you know, it could be very low budget. You just want to see what Picard's been up to, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
he's down and depressed because things sucked when he was at Starfleet and he retired and got disillusioned. That's an interesting concept, and you could have most of the first season where he's on Earth, and then Q shows up and fucks with him, you know, or Data shows up, and you get to see some of the original.
And Data's the one that pretty much spurs him on to get back out there.
Yeah, that would be an interesting concept, and I mean, it would be psychological and it would be different, but it would still not violate the intellectual property rights that are shared between Paramount and CBS. Because
Kurtzman did the Stupid Into Darkness, right?
Well, Alex Kurtzman, there's a rumor that they fired him because of the because they only got about 80,000 viewers. There's some credible sources, like there's indirect ways, you know, they don't publicly allow people to know how many people are subscribed to CBS All Access and how many people watch Star Trek Discovery. But from what I understand, Star Trek Discovery only has 80,000 regular fans. And for a show that you spent millions of dollars producing, that's crap. That's crap to have only 80,000 people watching your show. And so I heard because of the backlash at that, he got fired. And there was some backlash and some production problems with Picard, and he also got fired as a result of that.
I have to see if that's totally, because again, that these reports of him,
it's rumors and conjecture. I will stress it. I can't prove it using a scientific method. I can't prove it. It's only a theory.
I'm not going to mention the YouTube station, but Steen was talking about pretty much the same thing. He was talking about the same thing that Steen was talking about, is that Kurtzman was pretty much not allowed either on the set or.
I mean, I heard from I know who you're talking about. We've talked about this, but again, that's not confirmed yet.
All right, hold true. I gotta hop on this bus.
All right, well, we're gonna end this anyway. It's good to see you, Steampunk. Alex.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Take care, bye for now.